Well, hello and welcome class 9th and 10th. Well, friends, we were taking up past tense yesterday. Once again, I repeat them very briefly. The simple thing is that with the past indefinite, what we do is we use second form of the verb. For example, he came to my home last evening. He came. We are using second form. And with that, I told you the auxiliary verb is did. Did he come to my home last evening? He came to my home last evening, didn't he? In this way, we shall be framing the sentences in past indefinite. We went for a picnic. Did we go for a picnic? Now, did we go? With did, we shall be using the first form. This is what I told you. I attended a lecture yesterday. Did I attend a lecture yesterday? In this way, we shall be framing the questions, the negative, and question tag will be didn't I, didn't he, didn't they, didn't she, didn't he, like that. With both sets, the same treatment is given. And then I told you with regard to past continuous that I is separated again, but this time not, it does not stand alone. Rather, it comes with the second set. Why? Because with the first set, we were using R plus verb ing in the present continuous tense. But here we shall be using in its place, we shall be using were. They were going, we were going, they were listening, they were talking, they were discussing, etc. So were is auxiliary and listening, etc. is main verb. For example, were we listening? Were we talking? Were we discussing? Were we making a project? Were we singing a song? Were we playing around? Like that, we should be framing the sentences with the first set. With the second set, including I will also be included in the second set. Only in past continuous. Remember this. I was going there. Was I going there? I was going there. Wasn't I? I was not going there. I was not discussing the plan with him. He was discussing a plan with me. Was he discussing a plan with me? He was discussing a plan with me. Wasn't he? In this way, past continuous sentences are framed. And then comes past perfect. Past perfect, I had told you earlier also that in present perfect we were distinguishing between have and has. With the first set we were using have plus third form. With the second set we were using has plus third form. But here there is no distinction made. It is instead had plus third form. He had done his work. I told you that it goes well with the past indefinite. When I went to see him, he had gone. When I visited his house, he had left for the station. When I approached him in his room, he had finished the work. Like that. It means in the past time when something is completed before that, that is what is past perfect. And then I had also told you about past perfect continuous. It means that in the past, when something happened, at that time, something was happening even before that and it was continuously happening. For example, when I visited my friend's house, he had been working on the school project for 2 hours. When I went to the school, it was continuing for half an hour. It had been continuing for half an hour, like that. For example, when I went to watch a movie, the movie had been going on for 20 minutes, like that. And then now we come to the future tense. So what is future means which is not yet happened, which has not yet happened. So future tense is used for what has not yet happened. See, normally or traditionally, according to Fowler's grammar, what we teach here in India, very traditionally, which is no more followed in Europe. In Europe, I and we also, we use will only. But in India, we use shall. We teach it like this. That with I and we use shall. And with rest, you have got, with rest means, rest of nouns and pronouns means that are there in the two sets. Both sets are there, only I and we. The first two words, I, we, you, they, third person pronoun. I, we. With I, we should be using shall. With all others, we use will. This this is a general rule that we apply here. The rule is changed when we want to say something firmly. Firmly means, suppose we want to threaten someone, I will kill you. I will take a revenge. I will teach you a lesson. You will, like that. Means instead of shall, we shall be using will when we have to say something determinedly. Although this rule is not applied in Europe, in Europe they use will only here. With all, they use will only. But here we use with I, we use shall, and with others we use will. Now, see for example, I shall go to market in the evening. We shall stay at home in the evening. Like that. See, with I and we use shall, and with others we use will. For example, with other than I, we, there are you, we, they, and then he, she, it, and third person singular. With all others we use will. You will attend classes from tomorrow. From tomorrow. We will, no, with we use shall. They will organize a family party in the evening. Like this. But you must understand that with I and we use shall, and with all rest of the pronouns of both sets we use will. And this rule will apply to all the future tenses. You must remember this. Do not be confused. The rule will apply for all the future tenses. Although there will be a little bit of addition also, but this rule will remain the same, that with I, we shall be using shall, and with rest we shall be using will. In extra forceful situations, for example, threatening, promise, even in instructions also. In instructions, you will see that with you they use shall. You shall not do this, you shall not do that. Means, for example, for writing laws, etc., it is you shall. For company rules, etc., are also written in this language, wherein it is used you shall. You shall not do this, you shall do this, you shall not leave the campus. Things like that. So there, with you, shall is very prominently used. Now this was future indefinite. Now see how we make a question. For example, see, this is I shall go. Now I hope that you understand that here go is the main verb and this is the auxiliary. So with auxiliary we use the question. Shall I go to market in the evening? I shall not go to the market in the evening. I shall go to the market in the evening, shan't I? Now the shan't I is not used, shalln't. It is not used shalln't. Shall is not used. Here it is used like this, shan't I? As in will, we use won't. You will attend classes. Won't you? Won't you? In this way here, this question tag is framed. I hope you understand that. You need to study on your own also. Do not depend on the class itself, because much of the things can be learnt when you sit alone with those things and try to understand them yourself. So make an attempt from your side also. Do not depend solely on the teacher or on anyone, because self-study is the key. That will help you in understanding the things more comprehensively, more completely. Now, friends, this was about future indefinite. This was future indefinite. Now we shall be taking future continuous. So the rule for future indefinite was shall will, means shall will you will be using the way I told you, that with I and we will be using shall, and with others we will be using will. Shall will always remain in future tense, and plus verb. This is how, this is present indefinite. So this was present indefinite. And now if we talk about present continuous tense, future continuous tense, then future continuous will be used like this. Shall will, they are the essential ingredients. Without them you can't make a sentence. सॉरी मैं इंग्लिश में बोलते जा रहा हूँ, मुझे ध्यान नहीं रहा बच्चों. शेल विल के साथ फर्स्ट फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब आती है. आई शेल गो, वी शेल गो, शेल वी गो, शेल आई गो, इस तरह से. अब यहाँ पे विल बी प्लस वर्ब आएगा, ये हो जाएगा फ्यूचर कंटिन्यूअस टेंस. जैसे आई शेल बी गोइंग टू, आई शेल बी गोइंग टू माई फ्रेंड्स हाउस इन द इवनिंग, यानी कि हाउस इन द इवनिंग. तो ये जो है आई शेल बी गोइंग टू, आई शेल बी प्लस वर्ब आएंगी, ये इसका पैटर्न रहेगा फ्यूचर कंटिन्यूअस में. ये तो था, ये फ्यूचर इंडेफिनिट का था. अब ये फ्यूचर कंटिन्यूअस का, फ्यूचर कंटिन्यूअस में ये रहेगा कि शेल, विल एंड बी प्लस वर्ब आएंगी. जैसे I shall be teaching you other things from tomorrow. I shall be finishing the tenses today. यानी कि अब के बाद. I shall be finishing teaching you the tenses today itself. आज ही. तो shall be या will be plus verb ing, ये इसका पैटर्न है. Shall I be going to my friend's house? I shall not be going to my friend's house. I shall be going to my friend's house. Shan't I? बच्चों जो इसमें ये क्वेश्चन टैग रहेगा, shan't I. शेंटाई बी नहीं कहते हैं, उसके बाद के वर्ब को नहीं लगाते. शेंटाई हमेशा ऐसा ही रहेगा फ्यूचर टेंस में, उसकी जरूरत नहीं है. बाकी की वो लिखते समय जरूर हम कहीं पर यूज करते हैं उसे, लेकिन बोलते समय नहीं. तो शैल बी या विल बी प्लस वर्ब आईएनजी. वी शैल बी गोइंग ऑन अ पिकनिक नेक्स्ट मंडे, या आई शैल बी गोइंग टू माई टू अ हिल स्पॉट next month, like that. तो ये है shall will plus be plus verb ing. और अब आ जाता है perfect tense, future perfect. Now what is future perfect tense? future perfect में जैसे कोई future में कोई काम complete हो जाएगा, उसके लिए हम future perfect tense का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. जैसे इसका फॉर्मूला यह है कि शेल, विल और हैव प्लस थर्ड फॉर्म. बच्चों, ये बात हमेशा ध्यान रखिएगा कि अगर आप टेंसेस नहीं सीखेंगे ढंग से तो आप इन्हें नहीं कर पाएंगे और आगे के कोई भी एक्सरसाइज नहीं कर पाएंगे. इसलिए इट इज नेसेसरी, इट इज अ मस्ट. तो शेल विल हैव प्लस थर्ड फॉर्म. जैसे आई शेल हैव done my work in the evening, done my work till evening या by evening, शाम तक मैं अपना काम कर चुका होगा. we shall have left the city next week, यानी कि अगले हफ्ते तक हम ये शहर छोड़ चुके होंगे. shall have left the city till next week या by next week. ऐसे ही फिर अब आ जाइए बाकी के साथ, तो will लगेगा I we के अलावा. फिर you आ गया, you will have finished your course, you will have finished your course before exams, यानी कि एग्जाम से पहले आप अपना कोर्स खत्म कर चुके होंगे. तो इस तरह से will have और shall have प्लस थर्ड फॉर्म का इस्तेमाल होता है. That is how we make future perfect tense. And I hope you understand it now. यानी कि फ्यूचर किसी पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पर जब आपका कोई काम खत्म हो जाएगा तो उसे हम फ्यूचर परफेक्ट में कहते हैं. बच्चों फ्यूचर परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूस हम कल करेंगे क्योंकि वरना द वीडियो विल बिकम टू लॉन्ग एंड आई होप यू विल अंडरस्टैंड दिस। और इतना आप समझ जाएंगे तो कल मैं फिर एक बार फ्यूचर टेंस बताऊंगा। उसके बाद से फिर सेपरेट करेंगे हम क्लासेस अलग अलग कोर्स के हिसाब से। लेकिन ये बेसिक चीज़ें हैं, दोनों क्लासेस को आ जानी चाहिए, 11th को भी आनी चाहिए, ये बहुत ज़रूरी है। इनके अलावा बाकी के ग्रामर एक्सरसाइजेज आप नहीं समझ पाएंगे चाहे आप 11th में हो या 12th। इसलिए कीप लर्निंग, कीप ग्रोइंग एंड कीप बिकमिंग बेटर एवरी डे, मेक एन एफर्ट। थैंक यू सो मच।